significant disruptions. Furthermore, many countries have entered this crisis vulnerable state of weak growth and a high level of debt. For the first time since the both industrialized and emerging economies and developing economies are in recession. Development in advanced economies is rated at 6.1% for this year. So it is also estimated that emerging markets and developed economies with normal growth level well above advanced economies will have negative growth rate of 1.0% in 2020 and 2.2%, 0%, and 2.2% income per capita in more than 170 countries expected decrease. The COVID-19 pandemic is affecting both advanced economies and emerging markets, and developed economies will partly recover in 2021. Significant global social instability has been triggered by the pandemic. Healthcare travel, one of the fastest growing sectors, also widely known as medical tourism, is an integral part of any emerging or developed economies. Many patients move from their homeland overseas to get healthcare services in the country that may or may not be available. These people collectively drive revenue. For the travel and medical industry, as their primary goal is to produce good outcomes at reasonable rates, which they could previously produce. A multi-billion dollar industry worldwide, medical tourism is projected to expand dramatically in the next decade. For any person interested in healthcare, the countries, as most Western nations, including the United States or the United Kingdom, have very high medical service costs. Individuals tend to fly to various other parts of the world to get better health assistance at lower rate, like India, Singapore, Malaysia, New Zealand, Hong Kong, and I think Indonesia also one of the countries are the most popular countries. So international sport tourism, the healthcare, like every other sector, the pandemic will also impact, with the possibility that international travel will be limited for a period of time. Over a period of time, the medical tourism industry will face directly. Hospitals perform only emergency surgical operations or only elective procedures for life-threatening health problems for which no other medical options are available. Healthcare tourism research from COVID-19 will gradually explore and advance our knowledge and technical capabilities to collect, evaluate, and use big data to better understand, predict, monitor, and alter human behavior, that means tourist and employee behavior, as a means of generating revenue and market control. Thus, COVID-19 has further enhanced the role of technologies in the recovery and reimagination of tourism. So, COVID-19 has boosted such tourism social ventures aiming to create social values, solve social problems created by the COVID-19, and provide hypothetical marketplaces, enabling the repurposing of various tourism unutilized resources such as level, hotel, function space, food, cleaning material, for example, hospitality health organization. The mushrooming of COVID-19 related tourism social ventures provides many opportunities to study and better understand this phenomenon within new and various ecosystems, stakeholders, and circumstances. So, as a conclusion, I can say that sport tourism will give many advantages to the host country in various aspects, including the field of health. In addition to coming to sport and watch certain sport tourism, they are also able to travel and get the best health services in the host country of the particular sport program. So, this is my biography. geography, and also acknowledgement to the faculty of sports science and fakultas ilmu olahragaan Universitas Negeri Padang Indonesia for inviting me, for giving me this to share my little knowledge. And also to my colleague, Associate Professor Dr. Zainudin, Head of Program of Sport Management of the Sports Science and Recreation University of Madinah, allowing me to prepare this presentation. So with that, thank you very much.
Thank you very much for the great presentation. That was the presentation by Professor Dr. Muhammad Anizu. And please to Ms. Ainur Jannah to translate into Indonesian.
Terima kasih Pak Cuki. Pada kesempatan ini, Profesor Anizu menjelaskan tentang dampak ekonomi dan sosial dari pariwisata dan juga bagaimana efek pandemi COVID-19 pada pariwisata, kesehatan dan juga olahraga. Kesehatan merupakan fokus utama pada saat ini, dan aktivitas fisik dan olahraga merupakan memainkan peranan yang penting dalam hal ini. Jadi salah satu contohnya adalah Olimpiade yang merupakan pariwisata olahraga tertua. Penonton datang dari berbagai negara, berbagai daerah, melakukan perjalanan panjang, dan itu tidak merupakan suatu masalah pada saat itu. Dan di sini juga sport tourism itu mempunyai berpotensi penting dalam bidang ekonomi. Ya, di Malaysia sendiri sport tourism merupakan income generator penting dalam hal ekonomi. Dikarenakan pada saat melakukan sport tourism itu akan dapat income generator dari akomodasi, dari makanan, dari penjualan tiket, dari sponsor, dari media, dari merchandise, dan juga dari produksi kain garment. Di Indonesia juga seperti itu. Pariwisata merupakan income generator yang sangat penting untuk ekonomi di Indonesia. Prof. Anizu juga menjelaskan bahwa di Indonesia kita butuh support dari pemerintah untuk mengadakan sport event di Indonesia ini. Prof. Anizu menjelaskan berbagai macam sport event yang telah diadakan di Malaysia dan bagaimana dampak sport event itu terhadap ekonomi di Malaysia. Nah, dengan banyaknya sport event yang diadakan di Malaysia, itu meningkatkan kedatangan turis ke Malaysia dan meningkatkan income generator bagi Malaysia dan mempunyai dampak yang positif bagi Malaysia sendiri. Lalu kita ke topik berikutnya, yaitu bagaimana pandemi COVID-19 ini berdampak pada healthcare tourism. Pariwisata merupakan sektor yang paling terdampak oleh pandemi COVID-19 ini. Selain pada bidang olahraga, juga pada bidang kesehatan. Dikarenakan perjalanan internasional sekarang ini tidak direkomendasikan dan sangat terbatas. Jadi medical tourism industry sudah pasti berdampak paling buruk karena di masa pandemi 19 ini, karena seperti yang kita ketahui, Malaysia bukan hanya terkenal dengan sport tourismnya, tapi juga healthcare tourismnya. Pengunjung dari berbagai negara banyak datang ke Malaysia untuk sport tourism dan juga untuk healthcare tourism. Tapi karena pandemi COVID-19 sudah pasti sangat terbatas pengunjung yang datang ke Malaysia itu sendiri. Dan menurut Prof. Anizu, teknologi merupakan salah satu solusi untuk menangani COVID-19 ini dan untuk kembali membuka tourism dan ekonomi di berbagai negara, karena kita bisa memanfaatkan teknologi, jadi tidak harus datang langsung, tapi kita bisa tetap menikmati sport tourism dan healthcare yang ada di negara-negara berkembang. Nah, di sini juga Prof. Anizu bisa merekomendasikan penelitian lebih lanjut untuk berfokus kepada employability dan impact, destination impact, social entrepreneur of healthcare industry bagi penelitian lebih lanjut. Diharapkan hasil penelitian ini dapat berkontribusi pada bidang health tourism yang ada di semua negara. Sekian inti dari keynote speech Profesor Dr. Muhammad Anizu.
Thank you, Ms. Anna, for the nice translation. The last speaker comes from Universitas Negeri Padang, that is Professor Dr. Gusril, M.Pd. First, I will read his educational background. Professor Dr. Gusril, M.Pd, completed his bachelor degree in sport education at Universitas Negeri Padang. Then, he completed Master of Sport Education at Jakarta State University, and he completed his doctorate at Jakarta State University in 2004. He has also been postgraduate director assistant at Universitas Negeri Padang from 2007 until 2013. He has a research focus in the field of motor learning. Now, let's invite Professor Dr. Gusril, M.Pd, to deliver his presentation. Professor Dr. Gusril, M.Pd, time is yours.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Before I present my paper in front of you, I have two pantuns. Dari Padang ke kota Aceh, singgah sebentar ke Pariaman. Selamat datang di Universitas Internasional Conference. Bersama-sama kita sukses. Membeli benang di pasar raya, benang pembuat baju kebaya. Selamat datang peserta conference olahraga di ranah Minang kota tercinta melalui film. Praise and thank to President of Allah Almighty for abundance of mercies and blessings. Prayers and greeting may remain expressed to our great Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Honorable Rector of Universitas Negeri Padang and Vice Rectors, Chairperson of Bureau in Universitas Negeri Padang, Faculty Dean in Universitas Negeri Padang and the Vice Dean, the heads of department in Universitas Negeri Padang, Keynote Speaker Dr. Zainudin Amali, Ministry of Youth and Sport Affairs, Republic Indonesia, Professor Weidong Ph.D. from Ohio State University, Profesor Dr. Muhammad Anizu, Dekan Fakulti Sains Sukan and Rekreasi, Universitas Teknologi Mara from Malaysia, and me, Profesor Dr. Gusril from Sport Science Faculty, Universitas Negeri Padang. Ladies and gentlemen, today I would like to present my paper in front of you. about physical education, sport and health, and its evaluation in primary school of the COVID-19 pandemic era. Videoka is an explanation of the national education system. Law Article 37 of Acts has written that material for the study of videoka is intended to set the characteristic of students so that they are physically, mentally healthy and foster sense of sportsmanship. Videoka is emphasized for physical growth, psychological development, motor skill, knowledge and reasoning, appreciation of values, mental, emotional, sportsmanship, spiritual, and social attitudes, as well as habituation of healthy lifestyle, which lead to stimulating balanced physical and psychological growth and development. The objective of videoka are goals A to develop skill and self-management. Videoka material is based on grade competence standard. Reviewing is the competence standard and basic competence of subject as start in content standard by taking into account number one, the order based on the hierarchical concept of discipline or level of material difficulty, not necessarily in accordance with order in content standard. Second, the relationship between competence standard and basic competence in subject. Third, relationship between competence standard and basic competence subject. Ideally, PGOK learning run according to the syllabus, the lesson plan, and have been made by the physical educators by utilizing learning facilities and infrastructure, appropriate learning methods, and media, as well as scientific learning approach. Of course, this makes it easier for the teacher to achieve learning goal, and students can learn well and goals are achieved. If the learning objectives have been achieved, it can certainly improve student learning achievement. The learning condition for PGOK in era of the COVID-19 pandemic didn't run expected because they were limited by the governor mayor circular regulation regarding large-scale social restriction coupled with the atmosphere. The people of Padang City who were exposed to COVID-19 reached more than 306 people who were classified as red areas. The major circular doesn't allow face-to-face offline meeting between physical education and students. In this policy, teachers are required to be school and students at home. Of course, this makes it difficult for physical education educators to deliver learning material with remote atmosphere. The school program continue and provide assignment to students in the school via virtual. The impact where students have difficulty in carrying out learning at home because parents don't usually carry out educational tasks that have shifted to parents. Many problems arise when this task is shifted to parents, such as parents are angry with their children when they are impatient with the children's behavior. Difficulty understanding learning material. Parents don't understand what achievement given by teacher. Life difficulty experienced by parents. The difficulty of the physical educators is that they cannot carry out tasks according to the syllabus and lesson plan that have been made because they cannot meet to face with the student offline. Only motion assessment are given to students. Of course, it is very difficult for participants to develop their basic movement. On the other hand, physical educators have difficulty assessing the progress of learning carried out by students who are at home. For this reason, it is necessary to find the best solution to the hence the education curriculum method in Padang City. The nature of learning videoka. In PP number 19 concerning National Education Standard in 2005 and Parliament 222 of 2006 states that videoka is integral part overall of education aim and developing aspect of physical fitness, movement skill, critical thinking skill, social skill, reasoning, emotional stability, moral action, healthy life skill, and the connection clean environment through selected physical, sport, and health activities that are systematically planned in order to achieve the goal of national education. Penjas or test is an educational process that utilizes physical activities that are planned systematically. Mutohir 2000 emphasized physical education must be processed to achieve success in developing children as whole in the whole. Furthermore, the object of physical education subject in elementary school are follows. Number 1, developing self-management skill in effort to develop and maintain physical fitness, lifestyles through selected physical activity and sport. Second, promote better physical growth and psychological development. 3, improve basic movement skill and abilities. 4, laying a strong moral character foundation through internationalization of the values contained in physical education, sport, and health. 5, develop sportsmanship, honesty, discipline, responsibility, cooperation, confidence, and democracy. 6, develop skill to maintain the safety of themselves, others, and the environment. 7, understand and the concept of physical activities and exercises in clean environment as information to achieve perfect physical growth, healthy lifestyle and fitness skill, and have effective attitude. To achieve the objective of physical education, learning material from grade 1 until 6 are complete with semester system consisting of gym and sport, development activities, gymnastic activities, rhythmic activities, aquatic, outdoor education, and health. In the implementation of physical education learning, physical educator must pay attention to the teaching pattern in the following stage. A. Introduce the material to be studied and warm up. Introduction. The objective to prepare student physical and psychological condition to face core exercise both in respiration and circulation as well as body temperature. B. Skill development, which consists of introducing learned skill, developing skill which includes learning basic skill, correcting movement if something goes wrong, culmination activities with content, game and competition. C. Cooling down, which contain relaxing activities and cooperation. The function of physical education center for primary school are follows in organic aspect, among other, making the body system function so that individual can meet the demand of the environment adequately and have foundation for skill development. B. Neuromuscular aspect, among other, increasing the harmony of nerves and muscle function. C. Perceptual aspect, among other, developing the ability to receive and distinguish cues. D. Cognitive aspect, among other, developing the ability to find something, understanding, acquire knowledge, and make decisions. E. Social aspect, among other, adjusting to other people and the environment with their emotional aspect, among other, developing a positive response to physical activities. This is the problem solving solution for learning PJOK and COVID-19 pandemic era of primary school. Number one, utilization of the form of student daily physical activities. Today with learning PJOK, the minimum that student can do through assignment and PJOK teacher through physical activities assessment sheet is made by Padang City Education Office, Padang City Education Office Circular number 421-1, Diknas 1/2020 dates 3 April 20 regarding learning in home learning, hereby convey the following dates. Number 1, the elementary and junior high school students are asked to carry out activities or sport activities every morning before starting distance learning activities from home. Whereas to ensure the implementation of the morning sport activities, the activities carried out by elementary and junior high school students every morning, it is necessary to monitor by the school. 3. Whereas the report of the activities, sport activities carried out by the student is given to the physical educators and the respective school and carry out weekly according to the format attached to this letter. For this purpose, all teachers of Vidyuka elementary and junior high school students are asked to collect this report as school receive and report to the education office of the Padang City. 5. The principal is asked to submit report and support activities carried by the student to the Padang City Education Office through the heads of basic education sector. This is example. Student name. This is form of activities or physical. Look like student name Aisyah Humaira, Zamratul Fuad, Fitra Arasih, Muhammad Tariq. Yeah. Form of activities, for example, traditional game, football. Time start from and until, and then parents' time. This is example activities. This is warm up. Student do warm up together with his father and brother. Another, this is badminton activities. The student play badminton together with his mother. Next, this is sit-up. Sit-up activities join with his father. Next, jogging activities together join with her mother. Next, play football. Play football with father. This is very interesting activities. This is cycling. Cycling activities together with his friend around for their village. This is example. Video learns from example from the sit-up. This is a video. This is a video. Second, utilization of traditional game. Other sport as can be a part in learning video is traditional game. In Permendikbud number 57 of 2014 concerning the 2030 primary school madrasah ibtidaiya curriculum, it is clearly written that traditional sport game can be used as material in the learning process of video. Traditional game, a game that have passed down from generation to generation from the ancestor, it produces its own traditional game of first type. One with, for example, Cakbur, Batu Tujuh, Pak Tani and Harimau, and Klik, Lompat Jauh, and so on. This is example. This is example traditional game, Kayang game. Kayang game, the children do beside in my house. This is buaya dan ayam ya, crocodile and chicken game. Next, evaluation atau videoka based on portfolio. Evaluation is process of giving grade to the student based on activities that have been carried out in accordance with the learning plan that have been carried out. There are many types of evaluation carried out by videoka teachers. Is learning consisting formative, subsummative, and summative evaluation. Formative assessment is assessment carried out after one subject. The purpose of the assessment is to see the extent of student mastery of the subject matter has been studied. A student is successful in formative assessment if the student gets score 75. On the other hand, feedback on the learning process that has been done by teachers, among others, project assessment, performance assessment, and portfolio assessment. Portfolio assessment is collection of documents containing the assessment learning achievement award and work the student in certain fields that are reflective, attractive, and certain. Portfolio assessment can be in the form of traditional video game made by students. Example, kayak traditional game, making tasks, as cognitive domain tasks. Students are asked to make the task explaining the traditional kayak. Psychomotor domain, the teacher can pay attention to the videos made, such as the skill of students throwing stone accuracy and the opponent's stone placed on the lane of the play, and coordination, the skill of throwing stone that are placed on the feet